Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing polishes that I wore in the month of February. If you don't know, pinks are my favorite color of nail polish to wear of all time. So this month I was very conscious to kind of wear as many of my favorites and things that I was interested in as possible. So I did make that valiant effort. I had 7 manicures this month. As always, in the description box, anything that is available I will link, and then if it's not available I will link the maker's sites. Starting off strong here from Ice Cream Nails, I wore Malibu. This is just a pastel pink cream. It's a little bit brighter than my all-time favorite pink from them, Lovelies, but it is pretty similar, just a little bit brighter. I did really like this one. I don't have enough in my bottle of Lovelies to get a full manicure. I should probably just go ahead and call that the end of the bottle, but I can't bring myself to get rid of it. But this was a very nice second. I did do 2 coats for full coverage. A couple of spots needed like a spot treatment, but definitely not enough for a 3rd coat. This did dry a little bit waxy, so I did use a glossy top coat just to finish it off and give it some nice plump velocity to it. But no running, no pulling, no staining, no formula issues whatsoever. So in my swatch photo, you are gonna see 2 coats of Malibu from Ice Cream Nails in a glossy top coat. Also, if I sound a little sick, I am sick. I feel like that is just my family's MO these days. Somebody is always sick. I do apologize. The next manicure I wore is How Sweet It Is from Noodles Nail Polish. This one is more of a kind of pinky maroony purple. What is that color name? Orchid. This is a more orchid base color, and then it's got pink, holographic, and matte white glitter. I love me acrylic. Noodles does them really well. I did do 3 coats for this for full coverage, but the glitter came out beautifully. The glitter spread out very nicely. I didn't have to manipulate to really get anything anywhere special. It all just kind of looks nice and spread out across the nail, and I really enjoy that. This did take, like I said, that 3 coats to become fully opaque, and it did dry with some texture, but I did want to wear this one with a matte top coat, and I was not wild about how that looked only because I didn't really love the matte top coat that I used. So what I did was I did the 3 coats, I did a glitter smoother, I did a glossy top coat, which I always do under my matte top coats, and then I did the matte top coat. So I had a lot of nail polish on. This did chip very quickly for that reason. It was beautiful, it just wasn't as matte as I wanted it to be, and generally I would have gone in with my tried and true matte top coat afterwards just to get rid of any questionable inconsistencies that I wasn't a fan of, but I already had so much nail polish on my nails that I didn't want to add an extra coat. That being said, the polish itself was absolutely stunning. In my swatch photo, you're going to see 3 coats of How Sweet It Is from Noodles Nail Polish and a matte top coat. The next manicure I wore is from my brand Pampered Polishes. This is Life in Plastic. It's a white crelly base with a variety of neon pink glitters, including star glitters. And what I did do for this was I got organically star glitters out, but I wanted 1 star glitter on top of each nail where it wasn't covered with nail polish. So just to be sure I had one, I did fish some of the glitters out. I do really like how this manicure turned out. I wore this one probably for no, not the longest. I wore a different one the longest, but I did wear this one for an extended weekend when we were out of town. So this is glitter. It is going to dry with some texture. I did just do a regular thicker top coat to smooth this out, and I didn't have any kind of texture to bother me later on down the road. It was also difficult to remove because there's glitter in here. So in my swatch photo, you are going to see 2 coats of Life is Plastic plus some of those neon star glitters placed around in a glossy top coat. The next manicure I wore is Shino Cheery from OPI. This is kind of a more blood red cream. It's looking a little bit brighter in person or on camera than it is in person, but it was, I said cream, it is more of a jelly-ish finish. I find that most red creams apply and perform like jellies, and this one was no exception. I did still get full coverage in 2 coats, but it does have that kind of squishy feel to it that I really like, and it's also going to dry extremely glossy because of that jelly-like effect. The skin around my nails is always so obnoxiously dry, so taking off reds is a whole job in and of itself. I would much rather remove a glitter than I would a red nail polish, but this was a beautiful manicure and definitely worth the annoying removal, if you will, as I'm wearing a red right now. So in my swatch photo, you're gonna see 2 coats of Shino Cheery and a glossy top coat. The next manicure I wore is a combination manicure, both from Starly Nails. The base color is Blood Moon, and this is a very deep, again, vampy red, but it is a magnetic. So when you hit it with the magnet, everything else kind of turns black, and then you have this bright kind of blood moon kind of red line of magnetic pigment, and then I, of course, topped it off with Starly Stars. The chokehold that these Starly Magnetics has me in is just unreal. I feel like I could wear a different one every day and be totally happy. This manicure was no exception. This was actually my Valentine's Day manicure, which seems a little bit like weird, I think. Maybe not, but I probably would have, if I planned it out, put a pink on. But this one was just a little bit out of my comfort zone for Valentine's Day, but I really, really loved it. This is the one that I definitely wore the longest in February, simply because I didn't want to take it off. Oh, and Stars is just a clear base polish that I used on top of Blood Moon, and it's a holographic flake. You get a good amount of these flakes out, and they do spread out very well across the nail. Nothing dried textured with using this as a topper, but I always top it off with a glossy top coat just to give it that oomph and finished manicured look. With Blood Moon, I did go in for 3 coats. Once you hit a magnetic polish with the magnet, it does pull pigment from the rest of the nails, so it can create some bald spots, and that is what happened with this one. But after that 3rd coat and hitting it with the magnet, I had no bald spots. So I did really, really like it that way. I just needed that extra coat. And it's not a thick polish whatsoever, so it didn't feel thick on the nail. But in my swatch photo, you are gonna see 3 coats of Blood Moon, topped off with 1 coat of Stars, both from Starly, and finished off with a glossy top coat. The next manicure I wore is If She Doesn't Scare You, No Evil Thing Will from Glam Polish. This is a white curly base. It does have an aurora shimmer to it that goes from a green to a red. However, being on the nail, I only ever saw the red even in low lighting. Even when trying to manipulate the lighting and see it on my nail, I couldn't find it on the nail, but it is there in the bottle. And then this one also has black and red glitter. I love me a white curly. This had a really good formula. I don't touch my Glam polishes nearly as much as I should, mostly because everything is out on shelves here or in drawers here. Everything is like kind of accessible right here behind me, but my Glams have a special place on this sidewall, so when I'm reaching for a polish, that is not the first place that I go to, but I do see it every day. So as I was walking in my room to like pick out what polish I wanted to wear, I saw those and I said, I'm gonna reach for a Glam. Didn't blind pick it, I did strategically pick this one, but there are so many up there that I saw that I wanted to wear, so I do need to like kind of just keep in mind that those are there and reach for them more often. I did need 3 coats for this one to become fully opaque. I didn't have any issues with spreading the glitter out. Very minimal manipulation per the usual of these kind of glitter packed crellies, just making sure that there's no like overwhelming spots of glitter and like sparseness across other spots of the nail. Very easy, very simple crelly to manipulate. All that being said, this is glitter, so it did dry with some pretty intense texture. I did do 2 coats of a glossy top coat just to make sure I didn't have any kind of texture running throughout it, as I planned on wearing it for, again, a few days, and that was going to bother me if I felt any texture afterwards. But yes, really, really loved this one. So in my swatch photo, you are going to see 3 coats of If She Doesn't Scare You, No Evil Thing Will, and a glossy top coat. And the last manicure I wore is again from my brand Pampered Polishes. This is Space Stone. She's a multi-chrome, and this one does go from a teal to a blue to a purple and then a pink at extreme angles, and it's also a linear holographic polish. I hate tooting my own horn, but this is like probably one of my favorite collections I've ever released. I just really like shifty on shifty. I don't really like just a plain straight multi-chrome, and I've said that so many times, but when you add like a multi-chrome, add to a multi-chrome holographic, aurora, you add a magnetic effect, it gets me every time, and I really like how this whole collection turned out. So when it came to, I know I wanted to wear one of those this month, I just kind of picked whichever one, and I really liked this one on me. It wouldn't have been, if I was going in to actually pick which one I wanted to wear, it wouldn't have been my first choice, but I'm very happy that I did pick this one. In the sun, that holographic is absolutely blaring. I did use a glossy top coat to finish this off. It does dry relatively glossy all on its own, but that glossy top coat is going to help elevate the holographic effect out in the sun, so I did want that, and it was blaring. Nothing dries textured, nothing is difficult to remove, so in my swatch photo you are going to see 2 coats of Space Stone and a glossy top coat. And guys, that is it. I am sorry if I rushed through this video, but we are halfway through March and I have not filmed it yet, but I am not feeling the best, so I am going to finish this up and go take me a nap. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite was from today's video. Let me know what you guys wore in the month of February, if you coordinated Valentine's Day with any kind of special polish, or what your favorite manicure was from the month of February. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time.